The 2018 Dallas Cowboys built their success on defense. All season long, a unit that was expected to be decent turned out to be great. In fact, the Cowboys' defense finished the year among the NFL's finest. On the other hand, offense was often a problem. Dak Prescott and company failed time and time again when in the red zone, making field goals and leaving points on the field a bad habit. Now that the NFL draft is only weeks away, one would think it's time for the Cowboys to load up on offense. However, defense should be the priority in Dallas. Fortunately, the way the Cowboys approached free agency will allow the team to avoid reaching for any player at any given position. When they're on the clock, they'll be able to pick the best player available and improve the team properly. Safety remains the biggest team need at the moment. Don't get me wrong, I believe signing George Iloka was a great move. When the season begins, he'll be 29 years old though, and Dallas will still be looking for a long-term answer for the position. Iloka is a decent starter and likely an upgrade over Jeff Heath, but the Cowboys need a young player to develop. Let's take a look at the trenches. The Cowboys' defensive line has talent, but they still need solid help in the interior and could always use more pass rushers. The team has guys who can play very well at defensive tackle, but perhaps not well enough to be every-down starters. Antwaun Woods emerged out of nowhere to become a pretty solid player last year, putting up impressive numbers despite being a one-technique defensive tackle. Maliek Collins continues to be a starting-caliber player 3 years into his career. Tyrone Crawford can play as a DT as well, but you probably don't want him there full-time. The Cowboys have addressed the defensive line by adding Christian Covington and Kerry Hyder, who could play in the interior. But on defense, Dallas should be aiming to address this position early in the draft. Next up, I'd talk about the cornerbacks. Byron Jones is coming off from a career year which earned him second-team All-Pro honors. Chidobe Awuzie looked pretty good despite a few hiccups in 2018, and Anthony Brown bounced back from a poor 2017 campaign. Jordan Lewis inexplicably saw his participation decrease significantly but can still provide help if needed. However, this unit is one injury away from being in serious trouble. Dallas Cowboys CB Chidobe Awuzie. The Cowboys need to address the lack of depth in the position by drafting a cornerback at some point of the draft. Although it doesn't seem like a priority, I wouldn't be surprised if they pick one as soon as the second round if there isn't better talent at other positions. It's worth considering that Byron Jones is one of the main candidates to be left out if the Cowboys can't sign all of their stars awaiting an extension. Rod Marinelli and Chris Richard truly earned the right to be heard in the upcoming draft. Although the offense didn't deliver last season, get ready for a defense-focused draft in Dallas. The biggest change we'll see on offense will be Kellen Moore taking over Scott Linehan at offensive coordinator. 2019 NFL Draft. Cowboys draft defense. The NFL Draft is now 20 days away. Amazing to think that we've already reached this point in the off-season. I don't know about you, but seems like only yesterday that the book was closed on the 2018 season. We'll be to the regular season in no time. Or maybe, I'm just getting old. Over the last several years, the NFL has started using legendary players from each team's storied past to make their selections. Announcing the selections this year for the Dallas Cowboys will be NFL Hall of Famers Ed Too Tall Jones and Rayfield Wright. Ed Too Tall Jones will announce the Cowboys' second-round pick in this year's draft. Rayfield Wright will announce Dallas' third-round pick. https://t.co/OFEW. Who will ever forget the greatness that was Drew Pearson standing on the stage in Philadelphia announcing the Cowboys' selection of Chidobe Awuzie with the 60th overall pick. Former Dallas Cowboys wide receiver Drew Pearson has fun with the Philadelphia Eagles fans at the 2017 NFL Draft. Subscribe to NFL, http://j.mp/1LOBOOBOO. Start your free trial of NFL Game Pass, https://www.nfl.com/Game Pass. Campaign equals SP-NF-GD-OAT-3000342. Sign up for fantasy football. It's a cool wrinkle that they've added over the years, and seeing Jones and Wright have the honor of representing the Dallas Cowboys during the second and third rounds will be cool as well. The Dallas Cowboys have such an illustrious history within the NFL, with Hall of Fame players spanning several generations. Jones played for the Cowboys for 16 seasons. Only in 8 of those did the NFL keep sacks as a stat. In those 8 seasons he had 57.5 or 7.2 sacks a season. He was one of the premier defensive tackles during his career, helping to anchor the Cowboys' doomsday defense of the 1970s. Wright played 12 seasons at tackle for the Cowboys after being selected in the 7th round in the 1967 NFL Draft. He was selected to 6 Pro Bowls and 3 All-Pro teams. It's always fun to see these legendary players representing the Dallas Cowboys again, even if it is only for one night. It's like the ghost of Babe Ruth says in The Sandlot, "Remember kid, there's heroes and there's legends. Heroes get remembered, but legends never die. Their playing time may be long done, but these are 2 of the Cowboys' greats who will live on in the minds of Cowboys faithful forever." Draft night, watching them announce the selections for the Cowboys front office will provide more memorable moments for them in Cowboys Nation. Dallas Cowboys have their eyes on this year's safety draft class, bringing in a plethora of prospects for official visits the last few weeks. One of the main safeties which has been linked to them, and has been talked about by many, including myself, as a strong fit within the Dallas Cowboys secondary is Washington's Taylor Rapp. Rapp could fit immediately at strong safety for Dallas, complementing free safety Xavier Woods' skill set very well. At his pro day this week, however, Rapp saw a slight decline in his draft stock due to some poor testing numbers. In particular, Rapp posted a 40-yard dash in the 4.7s, with some people reporting it was as high as 4.77 seconds. Obviously, this is a disappointing time for Taylor Rapp, as a 40 in the mid-4.7s is slow for an NFL safety. But I don't think it's quite time to worry about him as a prospect just yet. Even with this lack of long speed, Rapp is still a prime strong safety candidate at the next level. I still believe Rapp can function in the box, both in short zones and against the run. He's also still a reliable tackler, and remains a sticky cover guy when asked to do it on his college tape. Where the 40 time would worry me, though, is in terms of his coverage ability translating to the NFL. And it would certainly worry me if you are trying to make Rapp your middle-of-the-field safety, or force him into a man-free role. Luckily, if drafted by the Cowboys, I don't see them utilizing Rapp in the slot to cover shifty receivers, or on the boundary where his lack of long speed could be exposed. Dallas has a niche need of sorts which Rapp could fill, and he's athletic and talented enough to cover tight ends while functioning as a box safety. All in all, what Taylor Rapp's pro day might affect the most has nothing to do with his ability on the field, but rather where he ends up being drafted. Projected as a top 40 pick over the last few months, maybe Rapp's slow 40 time has dropped him into the Cowboys' second-round range. If this is the case, Dallas likely won't think twice about jumping on the opportunity to add Rapp to their secondary. The Dallas Cowboys have to be pretty happy with themselves the way their offseason has turned out so far. They've done an excellent job of adding some quality free agents and can now approach the 2019 NFL Draft without any glaring needs. This pretty much allows them to approach the draft with an open mind as to how close to the vest they want to play things. The Cowboys now have the freedom to do whatever they want to in regards to the draft. They can choose to stand pat with their 6 draft picks, or they can choose to move up or down depending on how things play out. It's a freedom that could make this draft really interesting. For today though, I want to share with you a scenario where they trade down with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The Cowboys will have to move down 12 draft slots, but according to the trade value chart it ends up being an equal trade for both parties. Let's take a look. Buccaneers receive Dallas second-round pick 58th overall, which is worth 320 points. Cowboys receive the Buccaneers third-round pick 70th overall, and a fourth-round pick 107th overall, which together add up to 320 points. 58 equals 320, 70, 240, 107, 80 equals 320. After making that trade, the Dallas Cowboys now have 2 draft picks in the third round, 3 in the fourth round, 1 in the fifth round, and 1 7-rounder. Continue to read below to see who I drafted for the Cowboys in this trade-down scenario. R3 6th stall, Darnell Savage, S. Maryland R3 26th stall, Mecole Hardman, WR, Georgia R4 5th stall, Kahale Warring, T. San Diego State R4 27th stall, Isaiah Johnson, CB, Houston R4 34th stall, Tristan Hill, DT, Central Florida R5 26th stall, Sheriff Miller, D. Penn State R7 27th stall, Bruce Anderson, RB, North Dakota State. How do you feel about this Dallas Cowboys 7-round mock draft?